Good morning, everyone. This is Generic Fool's Test. I am starting today's stream, and this is an actual dedicated reaction slash talking about food stream, where I'm going to focus on various food things around London that you can get, as well as stuff like that, because I know a number of my when I say a number of my followers are from the UK. From what I remember, like at least 4 of you have told me that you're from the UK. I don't want to make it sound like I'm going like, oh, on YouTube, you may think I only have a small number of followers, but in fact, no, I don't have many followers on Twitch either. I mean, I respect everyone who's following, I greatly appreciate it, but just like, I don't want to try to make it sound like, oh, it's just my fans aren't transferring over to YouTube. But either way, hello and good morning. I guess I'll start. The first place, since it's the morning time, I'll cover a restaurant called Egg Slut. That's literally its name. They even have a website. You see, I'm not lying. It's literally called Egg Slut. And as you can see, they cover egg sandwiches. Now, it's similar to something in Korea, which is like Korean street toast. But, well, I don't think they have Korean street toast in the UK. Josh and Ollie, as I mentioned, they created, before they made Jolly, they had a channel called Korean Englishmen. They still have it, and they're still active on it. It's just that on Korean Englishmen, they focus on Korean content, both food and non-food related stuff. But, as I've said in a previous stream, I hate when I watch a program and then it's just like, I will never be able to eat this food. Because, traveling to Europe or going to Asia is very expensive. And, once in a while I may be able to splurge a little bit on getting a nicer meal than someone of my pay level would be able to afford, usually requiring like either months of saving or me using an unhealthily large amount of my paycheck. Saving up to go travel is a whole other thing. Me traveling is at the whim of other people offering to take me to places, because I can't really afford to travel. But without further ado, I guess I'll get into it.
Hi, I'm Josh.
I'm Ollie.
And today, Egg Slut is in London.
I don't like you using that misogynistic language.
3 years ago.
Okay, now that you've said that, it makes it worse. Just don't acknowledge it, Ollie, and everyone will be fine.
Josh, the egg site, they're in control of their own body. What they choose to do with that body is their choice. Their freedom, and they shouldn't be shamed for doing it. Wow.
Now,
it's like a coffin.
Coffin, it's like a shoebox.
Yeah, rest in peace, eggs. Now, if you don't know what Egg Slut is, I would say the closest thing that we've ever filmed to it is probably Egg Drop.
How is that? It's phenomenal.
Oh my.
It's phenomenal.
It felt like somewhere in between Egg Slut and Isaac's Toast.
Right.
Which, if you haven't seen our video on Isaac's Toast on Korean Englishmen, just went out. Very good. It's the original, well, one of the original Korean street toasts.
The original?
Absolutely delicious.
The original.
It's the original chain, but they were doing it on the street before they did it in Isaac's.
I don't know whether that's true.
Okay. Now this, however, I wouldn't say is a toast, but it's definitely a sort of breakfast, egg-based.
Wait,
What?
why did you get 3?
I got 3 because, Ollie, whenever I'm ordering something for a video, I want to try the whole menu. This, I believe, is called like the Fairfax or something. I think originally it's only egg in this sandwich. There's a lot of egg packed in there, I don't know if you can tell. But I thought, you know what, we're doing a video. Let's add one of each of the extras. So I've added a turkey burger, bacon, and avocado.
That turkey ate a lot of greens, just saying.
This one is the basic bacon and egg sandwich, except I replaced the bun with an American biscuit, which is, as far as I can tell, like a British scone.
What?
I'm very curious about that.
What is this?
Yeah.
Blasphemy.
This one is just straight up a cheeseburger.
What?
With a fried egg in it.
I want to have some of this because the scrambled egg looks particularly good.
It does. Okay, you want to start with that one?
Green thing kind of looks a little.
Right there.
Is that a camera thing or is it actually green?
How is it? How is it? How is it? Is it everything that it promised it would be? So the turkey sausage, I'm not sure about.
Still not sure about the turkey.
Okay.
The egg in that.
Wow.
I don't know why you would use such a pejorative term to describe that egg.
Wow.
It's not an egg slice, it's an egg angel.
Look. Oh, look at the scrambled egg. It doesn't look that appetizing, I'm sure, from camera, but that is good.
The egg is like airy.
Also back to
I don't
this,
hate the
then
turkey
these guys
sausage.
basically did things on
I
their
don't
own.
hate it.
They didn't
For
have
me,
a
it's
team.
unnecessary.
MVP in that sandwich is the egg
The egg.
itself.
Like, I mean, now they have a whole team. Like, you've seen, you know, a few of the members, like Ducky and I forgot the name of the guy. God damn it. But yeah, so you know they have plenty of stuff.
Definitely the egg. It's very different than Korean toast. It's the bun, like the brioche burger bun, makes it feel just very different. Obviously, the ingredients are quite similar to it.
I mean, most people like nice fluffy buns. I like the feeling in my hand. Oh god, I sound like a pervert. Sorry about that.
An egg drop.
It's not toasted.
Brioche
It
bun.
might benefit from being
That's the
toasted.
difference. Oh, you think so, huh? Every further bite I have into this,
It gets better.
it gets better. I think this is maybe the best egg
So like
sandwich.
the first 2 bites are like the first 2 seasons of The Office. By the time you get to the 3rd bite, you're like, okay,
I'm in love.
I'm in.
I'm in love.
Dwight's character is fully realised. The whole narrative is freed from the shackles of the British version.
Exactly. Exactly. Look at that bacon. Look how crispy that looks.
I'm guessing that's American bacon, not like, you know, rasher bacon.
This, as an Englishman, I'm suspicious of. Putting egg, cheese and bacon in a scone. I mean, scones are designed as delivery systems for clotted cream and jam, right?
It's a biscuit, it's not a scone. There's a or an American biscuit, not a scone, not like a British scone.
Oh, America.
I know, but I mean, there's lots of things that happen in America that we wouldn't accept here.
In America, they have biscuits and gravy. That's the thing, right? Mm-hmm. That's interesting to me. I think that works. I don't know if it's better than the brioche bun.
I mean, it's definitely not bad.
You think it's definitely not? I mean, I like it. It brings something else to the table.
Very bready. It's like, do you want a sandwich? And someone's got like an unsliced loaf of bread. And you're like, yeah, sure. They just cut the loaf of bread in half and put the food in the middle. You know? There's so much bread going on there.
No,
I mean, maybe they could have put a bit of clotted cream in it as well. To be honest, that probably would have improved it. And maybe add a bit of jam, and then take out the egg and the bacon and the cheese. And then
To be fair, I think clotted cream would work well on biscuits. It's just that biscuits and American biscuits and you know, the scones look very similar oftentimes. They are different, very different in taste. And the fact that you can put a lot of savory toppings on American biscuits, but you can also put a lot of sweet toppings on. Like, people often put jam, butter, and, you know, I'm pretty sure we don't have clotted cream here, but you can also do that. It would also taste good. Anything that works on a scone probably works on a biscuit, but not everything that goes on a biscuit works on a scone. Like, as someone who's eaten scones in the UK and not American scones, you know, whenever we Americans tend to make something, we tend to like to add a ton of our own flair to it. So American scones are probably a bit different and probably have more stuff in them, while, you know, British scones are more for to accompany tea. You don't want the scone to be overpowering your tea or other things, and then you know you have clotted cream and jam to go with it. So, like, I don't know if putting bacon, cheese, and other stuff on there would necessarily work. Although in America, there are savory scones that we do make. Like, we make cheese scones, we make stuff like that. I can't talk too much about UK scones because while I have had it, it's not like I'm an expert. I've only been to the UK a single time. If I pretended like I was an expert, then that would be a complete and utter lie.
And it would be amazing.
You'd just prefer to be having afternoon tea right now, or green tea. I think part of the problem here, though, is with a scone in England, what we're used to is you never ever have two halves together. You always cut a scone in half and then you double layer. So maybe all of these ingredients on top of a half a scone, like an open toast.
Way better.
Combine it with a bit of Danish culture.
Ooh.
Open toast on a scone with the American style bacon and eggs.
You're blowing my mind.
Multicultural. I will get stuck in with this cheeseburger.
I still want to understand why they call it egg slut.
Because they're...
Or maybe it's
I
eggs
don't know.
lut. In video editing, a LUT is a lookup table, and it's a point of reference in color correction. So maybe what they're saying here is it's a lookup table for eggs. You're going to be re-evaluating how you see all eggs after you eat this sandwich.
Okay, I like it. We got somewhere with that point, and I'm surprised. I'll take it.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm gonna try this.
Ollie sometimes says some really smart things. Other times he says some really cringy things. But either way, it's always entertaining.
He's like, ah.
So yeah, literally.
And one more point. Is it a good burger? Because there are good burgers in the UK. We've got Honest, we've got Patty and Bun, GBK, we've got Dirty Burger.
You know what that is? I'm amazed. It tastes like it belongs in a brunch.
That tastes like a fancy Eggs Benedict where they put a bit of steak on the side.
In between brioche buns.
We do also have breakfast burgers in America. Usually we'll add stuff like bacon and eggs. Sometimes you can get stuff like hash browns inside of it too. And then, you know, you've got the crispy potatoes, the crispy bacon, and, you know, like the runny, sunny side up egg. I guess if you're opposed to the runny, sunny side, I guess you could get scrambled egg. Also, I'm sorry if people watching this are like, shut the hell up, weirdo, I want to listen to these other guys eat. I have to pause every once in a while and break it up to make sure that people don't think I'm just, you know, staring blankly at the screen and stealing other people's content. Because, you know, rather than watching me, you should just watch them directly. If you're watching me just to watch Jolly content, then, well, it's better to get it straight from the source rather than to get the inferior product that is the generic fool's test. I mean, it's all in my name, generic. I'm a fool. And, well, this is mostly a test to see if I'm actually worthy at being a content creator.
In between any kind of buns, I'd take it.
Yeah. As long as it's got buns, I'll take it.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. He's good. Shut up. Eat it.
Any kind of buns.
That is the
Just
burger.
Some warm, fluffy buns.
Yes.
You know what?
As
Though,
I said
definitely
earlier.
my favourite is the Fairfax.
No,
But if you're
everyone likes
vegetarian,
some
it would
warm,
work without the
fluffy
bacon.
buns.
Because
Would.
what's great about that is the egg.
That's amazing.
The egg in that is so much better than just a straight fried egg.
Can I finish that?
Bro. Yeah, I do want to finish that.
Yeah.
This is
Now that I think about it, I haven't tried it, but there is a Chinese preparation for egg where it's a wok fried egg. And they fry the egg in a wok, which, you know, oh my, I would have never guessed. But basically, because they get the wok ultra hot, the bottom of the egg is nice and crispy, while the top part is still just a little bit, like, you know, got that nice, like, sunny side up texture, and the egg yolk is still runny. And there's a few things that dishes which traditionally have that on there. I've always wanted to try it, but they don't. A lot of the places I go to just don't make it, or if they do put the egg on that dish, they don't put the sunny side up one. They just basically cook it all the way through, which, you know, sunny side up eggs I really enjoy because I break the yolk and let the yolk act as a sauce. You know,
Definitely the best.
Moly. That's the best, right?
It's just buttery and floofy. It's like an eggy cloud.
A warm embrace of an egg cloud.
So Josh, is it better than Isaac's?
Wow.
Okay, that was a trick question. I didn't want you to actually consider it. It's obviously not better than Isaac's.
Okay, you see, for them, Isaac's toast in Korea is basically something that every time they're in Korea, they'll eat it like multiple times in a week. And it's basically like a comfort food for them because they've been in Korea for years. Like, I think on Korean Englishmen, one of their videos is at least 6 years old. I don't remember how long they've been doing this whole thing, but also on Korean Englishmen, they tend to meet more more celebrities. Like, they've met with King Charles. They've met with, Ryan Reynolds. They've met with Arnold Schwarzenegger. They've just met so many famous people, and they've done collaborate. It's funny because, I've not covered the Korean Englishmen at all, that part of their channel, but they do a lot. I'm not going to cover it in this video because this is supposed to be, covering London food, and I don't want to go there yet. I want to cover stuff so that my UK followers will find places. Since I talk so much about food, I want to make sure that they can at least know that the stuff I talk about is near where they can live.
It's definitely messier.
It's like when I say, "Do you love me?" and you're like, It's insulting that you're even having to think it through. It's like 10 times the price of Isaac's. Is it 10 times better?
No.
I could have Isaac's every meal of every day for the rest of my life.
No, you couldn't.
And be happy.
No, you would not.
I
You
could.
would die happy in a year or less.
That's
Maybe 6
optimistic.
months. Yeah.
Yeah. But this is more of an event, right?
Yeah, I would say the Fairfax one with the floppy egg and the avocado on the top.
That, whatever that green thing is really weirding me out.
Avocado and the crispy bacon. Oh, and that was like our gourmet one that we made. That's better than Isaac's. But it's not better value than Isaac's. Isaac is the king of value. Can't think of how I would ever improve on that as a brunch item.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It's amazing. This isn't an advert.
We also weren't sponsored by Isaac's for
We're
our
not sponsored by
Isaac's
Isaac's.
videos.
We're not sponsored by Egg Slut. We're not sponsored by Egg Drop. We're just really big fans of brunch menus, apparently.
Yeah, we actually
really love brunch sandwiches.
We really do.
We're kind of obsessed.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's been Egg Slut. And in the meantime,
We'll see you jolly soon.
Yeah. There are other places, like they actually opened, like Josh and I opened a Korean street toast place in London, but it seems to have closed down because I think it was only a pop-up. If you don't know what a pop-up is, it's a place that temporarily opens. Some pop-ups have the goal of, just saving up money to eventually open a restaurant so that they're no longer a pop-up. And then others are just, I want to try cooking something. So let's see the menu at Egg Slut. So they have the bacon, egg, and cheese, Applewood smoked bacon, or should I try saying this in my more sensual voice? Applewood smoked bacon over medium free-range egg, cheddar, cheese, chipotle ketchup in a warm brioche bun. Portobello truffle, soft scrambled free-range eggs, chives, truffle and portobello mushroom pate, and chipotle hollandaise in a warm brioche bun. I think everything is in warm brioche bun. You're going to hear me say warm brioche bun a lot. Warm brioche bun, sorry. The Fairfax. Soft scrambled free-range eggs, chives, caramelized onions, cheddar cheese, sriracha mayo, and a warm brioche bun. Egg salad. Hard-boiled free-range eggs and chives mixed in honey mustard aioli, topped with dressed rocket in a warm brioche bun. Sausage, egg, and cheese. House-made turkey sausage over medium free-range egg, cheddar cheese, honey mustard aioli, in a warm brioche bun. The cheeseburger. Ground Angus beef over medium free-range egg, caramelized onion, bread and butter pickles, cheddar cheese Dijonnaise in a warm brioche bun. The smoked salmon. Soft, scrambled, free-range eggs, chives, smoked salmon. But they're not even going to say where they get it from. Like, is it from Nova Scotia or is it from Alaska? Anywhere? Or wait. Am I a moron? But anyway, red onions and herb sauce in a warm brioche bun. The gaucho. Seared Wagyu tri-tip steak over medium free-range egg, chimichurri sauce, red onions, and dressed rocket in a warm brioche bun. The spicy chicken sando. Spicy fried chicken, sriracha, in a house pickled cabbage, free range over medium egg, rich mayo in a warm brioche bun. Alright. Pork romesco. Is it romesco? Romesco or romesco? Or romesco? Or whatever. Slow cooked crispy pork belly, free range over medium egg, romesco sauce, and rocket in a warm brioche bun. I'm tired of saying warm brioche bun. But there are several locations, if I remember correctly, in the UK. So let's see if I can find them. Locations. So there's Notting Hill on 185 Portobello. Portobello. I was like wondering, am I mispronouncing that? Road. Well, I'm still probably, mispronouncing it. Notting Hill, London. What the hell? I don't understand this. W11 2ED UK. Open every day, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Wheelchair accessible. Fitzrovia, 19 Percy Street, Fitzrovia, London. I don't know how to read the bottom part. Shoreditch, 94 Leonard Street, London. Victoria, 191 Victoria Street, London. And Stratford, 31 Victory Parade, East Village, London. Now, I'm not going to read the U.S. Well, actually, I'm wondering. I'm saying international. Of course, there's nowhere in my hometown of Maryland. Of course, it's in Los Angeles and Las Vegas. But oh, it's not in New York? I can't believe it. Also, one of the supposed best burger places is, it's this place called Brothers, or Burger Brothers, in Brighton. But currently it's closed. It's temporarily closed. So I don't know if they're actually going to close down or if they're, just renovating or whatever. I don't live in the UK. I'm just trying to help. So, if you find that place is open, apparently this place is really good. And this is they talk about this from this video here, which was in 2019. More recently, there are different places which they say are really good. But I'll cover others. So let's see. Okay, well, the best street toast is now in London. This place is gone. It was a pop-up. If I cover it in the video, it'll be just like, hey, this was in your country, but it's gone. No longer can you get it. Rue the day you missed it. I like how my audio immediately went into the red as soon as I said that. My recording software was like, shut up. Lower your voice. Do you know how early it is actually where you live? But either way. Yeah, they opened a street food toast place, but it's now closed. You've seen Egg Slut. There are multiple videos on their the London's Best Burger. And of course, well, alright, I'll show this, I guess.
Hi, I'm Josh.
I'm Ollie.
I'm Mr. Z.
And today we're on a quest to find the...
Mr. Z is their Italian friend who they usually go to find out about real Italian food, or they send pictures and videos of stuff to traumatize him, like Hawaiian pizza or deep dish American pizza or other American styles of pizza. Let's see.
The best burger in London. First place we're going to is my personal favourite. We're starting on a budget price point. This, I would say, is best value and maybe best category.
What kind of budget? Because McDonald's is the ultimate budget burger.
I'm cutting out fast food. It's a different category.
The thing is, I'm going to go through today just wanting to compare everything to McDonald's.
This is slow food, not processed.
There he is, sneaking burger.
Thanks very much for having us, man.
Burgers in his shirt.
We are very, very excited.
He has gone to multiple on different videos where he talks about the best burger. Josh will always bring up this place, which is No Drama. And No Drama is, let's see, they have, their menu isn't too crazy in terms of stuff. They have a small menu where, they focus on just a few things. And you can just add a bunch of... Well, either way, I'll just play the video.
The time has come.
Wow, that is incredible.
First up, we have the classic cheeseburger. Oh,
That doesn't look like a regular cheeseburger. That looks like a bougie
beautiful.
burger.
Cheers.
oh my gosh.
To be fair, I'm somebody who likes adding a bunch of toppings to burgers, but sometimes you just want a simple burger. And I don't know about these. The ones in here look sort of bougie.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Very good. Bit spicy. The sauce is very good.
It's just a perfect burger.
How can you improve on that? The ratio of like gherkin to the crispy bacon, perfectly smashed burger, a little bit of crispy onions in there, and then the homemade sauce, whatever is in that sauce.
Kind of spicy.
Just perfect.
It is very, very far away from a McDonald's burger.
Oh yeah.
You cannot compare.
Well, what if I had something up my sleeve?
Oh.
What do you mean? No way. Are you kidding me? Is that real?
It's been up there for about 2 hours. Pretty sure I got ketchup on my elbow.
This is disgusting.
Get that out of here, Ollie. Shameful.
You know that I think it has been, I'm gonna say, 18 years since I had that.
Ollie, you just took a bite of maybe the best burger in London.
Okay, how does it compare? What do you think?
Absolutely incredible. And now you're
take a
going
bite.
back for that. What are you doing?
I would say that is about 10,000 times better.
Infinitely. I
Yeah.
would say infinitely
Yeah.
better.
Chicken next.
Chicken next. BFC, Brody's Fried Chicken.
Look at this.
Okay, so in America, that's not a chicken burger. That's a chicken sandwich. Like, I don't know. In the UK, from what I can tell, anything between burger buns, it seems to be called a burger. While in America, if you call something a burger, it basically means that it's ground meat in between like those buns. Or technically, it doesn't even need to be between burger buns. It's basically just a ground meat patty, which, you've cooked in some way. Like, if you had a chicken burger, it would just basically be ground chicken and maybe some seasonings. or the same thing if it was pork or lamb. Though usually, or at least when I make a lamb burger, I usually mix it half and half between beef and lamb. And then I usually try adding a little bit, some Greek or Mediterranean seasonings to it. Then I usually make my own tzatziki. But we're not here to talk about me, but sorry.
Look at that.
Look how juicy it
chicken.
is.
Eat it, Ollie. I need a bite. Go in. Yeah. Oh.
Also, I guess I'll mention one last thing. The tzatziki I make isn't traditional. I usually make it partial Greek yogurt, partial mayonnaise, and some freshly cut cucumber. Depending on who I'm making it for, I'll cut the cucumber pieces to suit their tastes. And, and then maybe add a little bit of dill or herbs to it too. Either way.
Get that coleslaw. Get your hands in.
Oh my god.
It's nice.
Wow.
It's good. It's balanced.
What do you mean when you say
Very nicely
balanced?
balanced.
You often talk about being balanced.
The balance between texture, the acidity, sweetness, savoriness.
I'll just say it. They're the 2 best burgers I've ever had. I'm saying it.
Wow.
Saying it.
Wow.
Andrea,
Yes.
is that the best chicken burger you've ever had?
Not, but it's a very good one.
What's better? And also
Well-
keep your voice down because Brody's right over there.
Keep your voice down.
This is really good. The
different.
only thing that was missing from here was the chicken. I wanted it to be crispier. So when you bite into it, you're like,
What about the beef burger? Is that the best beef burger you've ever had?
it's between.
Because for me,
It sounds like he's saying it's up there.
it sounds to
No,
me
I'm
like
gonna
he
say-
doesn't want to say it's the best because he wants to be Mr. Z and, all that. And like the best, but
In the top 4 I had in my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
That.
okay. Yeah, well, me, top 1. Top 1. Gold medal.
Means a little bit less coming from the guy with a McDonald's burger literally in his sleeve.
Yeah.
Finally, the special.
Perfect steak, provolone, cheesesteak kind of thing, but a bit posh.
Now this would also be
Wow,
a steak
look at
sandwich,
that.
but different cultures and different things.
Holy crap. Wow.
Very good.
Holy crap.
I can see why this is your favourite place, Josh.
Just like the quality of all of this stuff.
Yeah. No, look what is there.
Just ridiculous.
And
I think
was our first stop place. Not bad.
I'm just going to call it right now. I don't think you're going to beat it.
Well,
very tough to beat.
let's see what's up.
Should we go try some more burgers?
Go. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Oh man, that's so good.
Let's go.
Brody, you're a
You're
magician.
an absolute hero. Round 2. Burger and beyond.
Burger and Beyond, which first I guess I'll just show people this. Let's see. This is no drama. I'm going to go to home. It's West London's all-day diner. All right, so just going to try to find. So come find us. We're dying to feed you. They're on 199 Old Yoke Road in London, England. Well, I mean, not I didn't. As opposed to American London, which, don't get me wrong, America names a bunch of cities and towns after like European cities, and even like little cities after things. Like I got shocked that there was that one of the places we'll eventually cover is in Kensington, which isn't far from where I used to live. And then I've realized, like, of course there's a Kensington in the UK. Like, America names all their stuff like New This, which like, or, I should have been more surprised that the place that I was near wasn't called New Kensington. But yeah, so it's an Old Oak Road in London. Back to the video.
This is your first suggestion.
Burgers and Beyond.
Josh was like, we have to go
They're
to the
middle
our starting
price
point with an £8 excellent burger. So how do we follow? We go to Burger and Beyond. We go beyond the burger.
Okay.
Oh yeah, actually, I should probably show. So, the prices, because that's always important. So, oh well, it's not showing the price. However, this is from a few years. The video was from a few years ago. Apparently, the burgers here were £8, but I think this was. Oh no, This is probably after COVID. Yeah, it's after COVID. So it's not. You know, for if it's about £8, then it's probably around $10 US, or maybe slightly more. But that should be a good price, or at least from around here. The myth of American food being cheaper than the food in the UK it used to be true. Like, it used to be very much true. Like, you could pay for ridiculously cheap stuff here in comparison. Like, when I went to London, it was bad. Like, I mean, the food was good. Like, people talk about how the food in the UK isn't good, but more than the food not being good, the food can be great. It's just the price and the portion size as an American is rough, because they aren't as generous. The service isn't necessarily as good. The reason why service is really good in America is because of tipping culture, because they're paid what would be considered below a living wage, which is one of the negative sides of America. And they basically have to work really hard to convince people to tip them better. Now, as I said, years ago, or even pre-COVID, I would say, like, food was really cheap around in America, or at least where I lived. But after COVID, due to the supply shortages, the cost of things went up. And then when supply issues were pretty much resolved, a lot of places here decided, hey, let's not lower the prices again. You mean people are willing to pay this much now, so we should just keep it at that price. So, prices are now no longer quite as competitive as they were in England or UK or the rest of Europe. And on top of all that, you still have to pay tip. So, that's no longer quite as good. I mean, well, whatever.
Okay.
Come here and we see how the burger world can be not like horses, it can be like dolphins. Here there is drama.
Okay.
That made no sense
We
at
need
all.
to ground it somehow, We need to compare it.
Don't tell me you have another McDonald's burger up your sleeve.
I don't.
Please don't tell me.
I don't.
Okay,
I'm scared.
good. I'm genuinely
Here?
shook.
I don't.
Genuinely shook.
You have something.
I don't.
Wow.
The answer is he does, because he's Ollie.
Oh my.
Crispy fried chicken
Oh, excellent.
and the double bougie burger.
Oh my.
That's incredible.
It's like a burger itself.
Wow.
What the hell, Ollie? Come on.
Oh. This is obviously the most direct comparison. You've got your bacon.
And it's
On top of that, it's
The
white.
burger itself is a little bit pink. Medium rare. Different than no drama already there.
Mr. Z's gone in. Wow. Is it good?
Wow.
Is added drama good?
There's a lot of drama. It's heavier, right?
Much heavier.
Right?
Oh my god.
Much more rich.
Wow.
Rich. That's all I can say.
The bottom of the bun is literally soaking wet with how much sauce and like juice, I guess, has come out of the meat.
It's got that in common with McDonald's. As in, often the bottom of a McDonald's is soaking in the grease.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't tried it in a while.
Okay, well.
I've
No, what? Oh my god. I knew he had something.
Ah. Was that in your pocket?
You have another one?
I refuse. I refuse to touch that.
You have three.
You're such an idiot.
Actually looks pretty good.
What?
Right?
I mentioned yesterday that
Wow.
the
Drier
buns
than-
and burgers
I
at
don't know,
McDonald's
my shoes.
have so little moisture content and so much fat, and they're overcooked to make them so that they're practically
18 years of
immortal.
longing.
He spat it out. He spat it out.
Oh my
Wow.
God, this was terrible.
I'll put it back where it belongs.
I hate wasting
No,
food.
don't put it in your sleeve. Don't. For all of our sake.
Even though people
Okay,
would say
chicken neck,
McDonald's
chicken.
is
Am I
really
wrong, or
food,
maybe
it
was
still
written
could
that
have.
It was fried with the rice.
Yeah, rice crispy fried
Oh,
chicken.
yeah, look.
You got this. There's crispy bits
That
of rice.
does interest me, the Rice
Alright, let's
Krispies
go.
fried chicken.
Yeah, come on.
It's crispy.
Is it the crispiness level that you were hoping for?
Flavors are perfect. It's crispy, it's nice, it goes together with each other. The bread is soft, it's juicy, but a bit oily.
I wish there was a little bit more chicken meat
Yeah, me too.
in the batter.
I agree.
Okay.
Not that anyone cares.
For the
That's a-
finale,
should you pull-
the bougie burger. Where do you even
It
start?
definitely feels like it lives up to the name Beyond Burger, right?
Okay, how are we doing this with hands as well?
Wow.
Wow, you get look at that extra gravy. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow, what are those onions?
All right.
Mr. Z, that was a pro eating a burger.
Oh. Maybe we've gone a bit too far beyond.
Bougie burger.
It feels like eating a whole roast, Sunday roast in a bite.
It does. It's got so many different flavors in it.
Oh wow.
Cheeseburger was actually excellent. Fried chicken burger, really good. This one, it's really good, but way beyond what a burger should be.
It sounds like you're saying no drama over this.
No drama is what it says on the tin. It's a simple diner burger done perfectly.
That
I
looks
have
too
a
bougie
feeling
as
the last
an
place we're going
American.
to doesn't normally subscribe to the idea that less is more. Is that an accurate assumption?
It is.
Wait, so we're going beyond Burger?
Yeah.
We're going out of the solar system. Burger.
And now it's time for the Salt Bay restaurant. But first, I'll talk a little bit more about here. So, as I said, I showed you where No Drama was. Now, this is, the place they were just at, Burgers and Beyond. It's, okay, there's Borough Yards location, which is in Arch 231, Borough Yards, Bank End, London. There's a Shoreditch location in 147 Shoreditch High Street, London. There's a Soho location, which is on 10 Old Compton Street in London. Straight out of Compton. Well, I don't want a private hire. And then, let's see, home. Let's see, restaurant vouchers, it's not really letting me. Well, that's probably because the different locations have different options. So this is, I forgot the menu, but they have salted chili corn, roasted almonds as bar snacks, smoked mozzarella sticks, fried chicken buns, corn ribs, and Judah butter. I think that's how it's pronounced. Buffalo wing, gochujang chili lime wings. For burgers, they have the cheeseburger, single double, our signature dry-aged beef patty, double American cheese, smoky mayo, and onion. On a warm brioche bun. Sorry about that. The bacon butter burger, our signature dry-aged double patty, American cheese, double American cheese. Yes, reading, I can do it, I'm sorry. Crispy pancetta bacon, burnt butter mayo, onion. The bougie burger, our signature dry-aged beef patty, double American cheese steak, sauce 2.0, mayonnaise, beef fat onions, the crispy fried chicken, single or double, fried chicken, miso maple butter, ranch, crinkle pickles, add bacon, the BFC, fried chicken dipped in buffalo sauce, ranch blue cheese butter, crinkle pickles, the hot honey, fried chicken candied red chilies, hot honey ranch, sriracha butter, and crinkle pickles, the ossoyaki, simplicity patty, this is the vegan one, melted cheese, or well, vegetarian because cheese is obviously a dairy product. Crispy onions, teriyaki sauce, white sauce, and house pickles. The mushroom raclette. Panko crusted mushroom patty. Melted vegan raclette. Caramelized onion. Green leaves. What the hell are the green leaves? Did you just go outside and go, oh, well, they're here? What, in the fall, does it like brown leaves? Vegan ranch sauce. Add-ons. Extra beef, extra chicken, extra cheese, extra bacon. Or extra chicken before. Milkshakes, vanilla crumb. Thick vanilla milkshake topped with homemade biscuit crumb. Chocolate, thick vanilla milkshake, or thick vanilla milk, rich, dark chocolate cocoa powder, topped with cocoa nibs and dark chocolate shavings. Banana nut butter, nut butter. Thick vanilla milk, smashed bananas, smooth peanut butter, topped with dark chocolate shavings, and booze. Choose from bourbon or rum. Fries, vegan and gluten-free. I'm guessing it's gluten-free. Bone marrow gravy fries. Fries, bone marrow gravy, cheese curds, and chives. Sounds like poutine. Dirty tots. American-style tater tots. Ranch sauce, hot sauce, bacon bits, and parmesan and chives. Truffle tots, American-style tater tots, truffle aioli, parmesan and sage. The Caesar salad. I'm not going to read a salad. That stuff is my bane. Desserts, hot Biscoff s'mores brownie, and cereal milk ice cream, chocolate brownie, vanilla marshmallow, Biscoff spread, and crumble, finished with shaved chocolate and a dollop of cereal milk ice cream. Apple crumble sundae, clotted cream ice cream, apple compote, salted caramel sauce, and shortbread crumb. Dips, burnt butter mayo, hot sauce, right? So the VE is vegan, but where is it? Because, you know, mayo uses eggs. I don't know. But hot sauce, secret sauce, ranch sauce, gochujang mayo, and bone marrow gravy. Sorry for being cringy. Or wait. Now back to this one.
Number 3. Salt Bay behind us, looking intimidating.
We're not here for him. We're here for the burger. Remember that.
Okay, okay.
And why are we here?
For the burger.
For the burger.
There's a test, and I passed.
What is
This guy's calling us Rats. He started as a butcher, and then he opened his first restaurant. And somebody who's a textile designer called Erdem seen talent in him and expanded the franchise worldwide. His burgers are, in my opinion, one of the best in London. So you have to try it. You have to try it.
Okay.
The burger is the cheapest item on the menu, 50 plus.
There's the meat over there.
Already feels very different from the first two places.
£50 for a burger. Jesus.
I put on a special t-shirt for today.
Oh no.
Just so that you know, in America, $50 for a burger would be quite expensive. But £50, oh my god.
Lost touch.
Oh my god.
With the common man.
Lost touch with the
It's
common
embroidered in
man.
gold.
It's excellent.
Oh my gosh. Wowzers.
Oh my gosh. Wow. What is that?
In America, that's something called the blooming onion. If I remember correctly, they were made at Outback Steakhouse, which is a restaurant made by people who've never been to Australia or know anything about Australia. They were just like, well, we'll just make an Aussie themed restaurant while not knowing anything about Australia, which is something that used to be a lot more common. It is an onion that's been cut so that it forms all those little things on the side, battered, and then deep fried. And they'll sometimes put the sauce container like right in the middle, and you just eat it by ripping off pieces and then dipping it into the sauce.
Is that an onion flour? Sea urchin?
That's the onion flour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Incredible, huh?
Of course, the onion flour sounds a little bit. Well, actually, I'm not sure which sounds better: onion flour or bloomin' onion.
I mean,
So presentation here is on another level.
so you have to think, we started our morning with the no drama burgers, which were very simple burgers,
Oh,
very
they have the sauce in there.
This
right?
is not massively complicated.
I'm gonna
either.
show you something incredible. Look at this. Look how juicy it is.
Wow.
That's because it's Wagyu. That's all the beef
Ollie, go for
fat.
it.
You sure?
You do the honors, yeah, please.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if it's a pure Wagyu burger, but if it is, that would partially explain how expensive it is. But also, you see there's no toppings on it, because if it is a pure Wagyu burger, you want to get as much of the taste of that meat as you can. And even if you add some tomato and lettuce, you're already covering up most of the meat taste. If you're going to add a bunch of toppings to a burger, making it a Wagyu burger is not worth it. You're wasting money.
Where you can really see the medium rare meat.
The meat is playing a central role. It's very meaty.
Because it's Wagyu meat, so it's very.
Oh, it's
very fatty.
Wagyu.
Yeah, of course.
That's unlike any burger I remember ever having.
Incredible, man.
It's very unique.
What's the difference between this and what we had?
As I was saying, like if it's Wagyu, I can at least, go, I guess that could somewhat explain the price, but even then, that's pricey for a burger. But, Wagyu just barely makes it. If it was not Wagyu and it was that price, then oh my god, that's not worth the price.
The texture. This
Texture's
is not
very
multi-textural.
different.
When they smashed, they were smashed burgers. This is like a chunky, thick patty.
Listen to me. It can go higher, because look at this. This is the same, but with Stilton. Look at this.
Wow.
Can I just say, I've never eaten a burger before where my best friend picks it up and then just like squeezes the heck out of it beforehand.
Yes, you guys are molesting those burgers.
You might have
It's
done.
not like a baby's cheeks,
You're not a common man anymore. Remember that.
No, I lost touch.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I just tasted the Stilton cheese that's squeezed out onto my fingers and it is unbelievable. That is like maybe the most perfectly tangy and yet mildly beautiful Stilton.
Oh my gosh.
Can we just compare the size difference of the bites from Mr. Z's bite and Ollie's bite?
Man, you don't need to throw them under the bus like that.
I think I do still prefer the first one. The cheese is so overpowering in that second one.
Okay. It is, but it just works. It just works, right?
Oh my god.
Doesn't it work?
Oh.
It works.
Luke, you need to try this.
This is the Stilton one, right?
Yeah, it's the Stilton one. Do you like blue cheese? Oh, all in one.
That was
All in one. Oh, that was like a £15 bite, single bite.
I now understand why you were struggling so hard to articulate
Yeah.
the quality. It really is that good.
The texture's unreal, isn't it?
This place is controversial because this is a 50 quid burger.
Of course.
No matter how much we say it's good, a lot of people watching at home are going to understandably be outraged at how expensive this is. How can you justify a £50 burger?
Well, this is the thing, that for what it is, like as a really special occasion, once in a lifetime, paying 50 quid for this, I feel like it is worth it. That's that special.
Is it the best burger we've had today? Maybe.
Well, that's the second
Maybe.
question. What's the best burger?
In my opinion, I love this burger, man.
For me though, McDonald's, you can never...
Shut up.
No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
I could not even swallow that.
Okay.
I think it might be like 1% better than the no drama burger.
Yeah, it's fine margins.
For me, I think for £8, you get a burger that is 99% as good as that.
He said it.
What?
This is 1% better.
Look, let's take price out of the equation. If all of these burgers we tried today cost the same, I would eat this.
It's a
the
no-brainer.
most. This is the best.
No.
I genuinely didn't believe there was going to be anything that beat No Drama when we started.
One thing you'll find is that as the price increases on an object, the difference in taste starts to, or the improvement in taste starts to plateau. It still gets slightly better, but you know, are you really going to want to spend $1,000 on something that only tastes slightly better than a $100 thing? And are you really going to want to spend $100 on something that only tastes slightly better than, you know, a $50 thing, and so on and so forth? But yeah.
Today.
I genuinely didn't believe I'd still be alive at this stage after like 9 burgers.
Well,
But
they
I
shared them, so.
I wanted to finish the second half of that. I didn't want to give it to Luke.
It was so good.
I didn't.
It was
I love
so
you, Luke,
good.
but honestly, I didn't want to give it to you.
Thank you.
Whoa. Okay.
Like I said, this is a influencer place.
He's doing the kind of things that if my daughter does that, I tell her to stop playing with her food.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Oh yeah. Boom. All right. So, I mean, I talked about this restaurant, like last time. Like, let's see, where is their location? Meat Sushi. What? Sliced tenderloin. The golden oh God, no! Fuck that. Edible gold is a scam. They might have put, I'm going to be generous and say maybe they put the actual value of the edible gold they put on there might be around $8. But I can guarantee that they jacked up the price of that by like maybe $20 or $30 at least. But let's see. It's in the Park Tower Knightsbridge Hotel, 101 Knightsbridge, London. And so that I don't get. But either way. So this is something which they cover, you know, once again they covers No Drama in here. Then he covers Ogam Tapas Bar, which is a Korean food place. So, you know, I don't think I need to show No Drama again. Because, you know, I showed you, it looks good. They have stuff and it's considered by them to be the better burger. And it's not at a pretty affordable price from the sound of it. So, I guess now I'll cover the Ogam Korean Tapas Bar.
Next up, on 3 to Crowd with Josh, we've done the old trusty. This is the Guilty Pleasure. We're on Chapel Market in Islington for Ogam.
And the reason we've come here is because it's very unique.
안녕하세요.
I really like Korean food.
Oh,
But
오랜만이에요.
there's no place like this. The only kinds of Korean food you can get around where I lived or where I grew up is basically all you can eat Korean barbecue, which, you know, is okay, but there's a lot more to Korean food than barbecue. Or correction, there was one fried chicken place, or Korean fried chicken place, or now two. One of them was not good.
Hey guys.
Oh no, there was okay. There were 3, but 2 of them were terrible. Oh wait, one of them went out of business. Okay, so then. I don't know if you like to drink, but as you can see, the presentation is really good.
감사합니다.
Okay, full on fire.
If you want to say thank you in Korean,
Yep.
감사합니다.
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 Konsohomeda. I
감사합니다.
used to do taekwondo back when I was not built like a pregnant woman. Well, I mean, I'm not. Okay, I'm exaggerating a lot. I don't look that bad. I'm fatter than I am because of my body type, but I don't look that horrible.
감사합니다. It's actually 감사합니다, but you kind of combine it.
감사합니다. Yeah.
감사합니다.
감사합니다.
Do you know what these are?
Yes. Miracle on Han River, Tanji, Jeju Mule, and this one tastes like Korean grape candy.
Hello, Mr. Grape.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
You're tasting that, it's like, whoa. Yeah.
God, it's so good, isn't it? Miracle down the Han River.
I really like soju, but also the kind I like is the Yakult soju, or as they call it here, yogurt soju. I really enjoy the taste.
Miracle on Han River. It's quite subtle, this one.
That's like full karaoke party.
Yeah.
Ooh, I know what you mean. Do you know what?
Yeah.
I can't work out what I'm tasting.
Yeah, no. 이거는 뭐 들어갔죠?
Grapefruit.
This is a real like.
Tangy.
Yeah. You got that pine smell.
Yeah. Oh, that's glorious. That is like shredded wheat with loads of sugar on it. The milk at the end.
Yeah. I could smash those back. That's dangerous, that one.
This is sort of Korean spin on the Moscow Mule, I'm guessing.
Exactly. Jeju Mule. Jeju's an island just off the South Korea. And,
Oh, bloody hell.
This place also focuses on food, but they're just
Perfect
focusing on the
balance.
drinks to start with.
That's fantastic.
so this is makgeolli.
I've only tried makgeolli once, and I did not enjoy it. However, to be fair, the kind I had was a bottled one, and, well, you know, they make it from scratch here, so I'm sure it tastes a lot better here.
Maybe the greatest Korean alcoholic drink.
Oh, just called it Korean champagne.
Very, very traditional Korean drink, and they brew it here.
It looks
themselves.
like milk!
That's the good stuff. Easy drinking as well.
Yeah, it's class, yeah.
This is kimchi seafood chon, pajeon, which is a spring onion, some.
John, if I remember correctly, is a type of Korean pancake. Korean pancakes are really tasty, and they're not all that hard to make. But yeah, maybe another video I'll show you some recipes on how to make jeon.
Some people call it a
Or
pancake.
not me, I'll show videos on how to make it. I've not made that pancake in years. Back when I was in college I did, but lately I've not had the time, and my parents don't want to eat fried food, so you know, it's just like that.
Yes, what's going on?
Crispy on the outside.
And by pancake, it's a savory pancake. It's not sweet at all.
Gorgeous, yeah. Steamed octopus in a little bit of.
Gochujang.
Oh, hello.
How good is that? Yeah.
Jan.
Whoa! 감사합니다. 치즈 불닭.
I'm not going to try it.
Fiery, spicy, cheesy chicken.
Yeah.
I haven't shot it yet. Oh gosh, bloody hell. Okay, so these foods are paired with beer and soju. But when you're having beer and soju in Korea, you're often mixing it together into something called somek. This guy knows what he's doing.
I've never had somek.
1, 2, 3, cheers!
Cheers! Woo-hoo-hoo! Come on, Will. Cheers! Done, done.
It's gonna be the best day of my life.
All in one. We're doing it. Shit, we're doing it.
Yes, well done, chaps.
Spicy, cheesy chicken. Ooh, wow.
That's okay. Guys, I'm okay.
That's hot. That's wow. There you go. Oh.
God, that's really gathered pace.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, they have 6 levels of spice at this place. I don't know what level there is here. Oh, thank you for following me, Daphne. 887. I really appreciate it.
That's brilliant.
Is there any place that you'd like me to look into? I can't. I mean, I have about a little less than an hour left, but if there's some kind of if there's some kind of food that you want to that you like or you want me to try pointing out, I'll try to accommodate you the best I can. So just let me know if there's anything, or if you want me to focus on something. Thank you very much.
Muddy. It's got noodles inside. Noodles! And this, you
Wait,
want
what's
to
that?
dip that into the tteokbokki sauce. Dip that in the tteokbokki sauce.
Do you know, all the textures are just so satisfying.
And this, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You want to say it tastes good and weird?
Yeah.
Mashed soil.
Mashed soil.
진짜 맛있어. 진짜 맛있어.
Oh, they're having cloud.
Korean fried chicken.
Big old chunks.
They do it right here.
Korean fried chicken is double fried, if I remember correctly. That makes the exterior crunchier, and it also makes it so that the inside is less likely to be overcooked. The way double frying works is you first fry it at a lower temperature, and the main point of that is just so that the breading sets. Then you take it out, you let it rest, and then you, right before it's supposed to be eaten, fry it a second time at a higher temperature. That's mostly to crisp up the exterior and reheat the interior. That way, as I said, the outside is nice and crispy, and the inside is still, like, you know, juicy and tender and not like overcooked. Though after that, they usually also just dip it in a bunch, they marinate in a bunch of sauce, like, you know, you would with a chicken wing or something like that. So it, in that regard, it also tends to lose a bit of its crunchiness because of the sauces that they put on. But they also sell it without the sauce, but some of those Korean sauces are really good. All right.
Oh. Yeah.
Sublime. Sweet marinated pork rib.
Oh.
Why not?
Oh. Really?
Smoky. Proper barbecue.
This exceeded all of my expectations. Every single one, it was like, see ya. I knew he was going to have to do it again. Like, piss off. Wow, all right. Yeah, off you go. Okay.
See there, we'll finish these off and see you at the public.
You see, in America, you can't drink in public like that. You know, that's the problem. I mean, well, okay, technically you can get away with light drinking in public, but you have to put the drink you're having, when the drink you have to have is like a beer, and you have to put it in a plastic bag. And you can't be driving, of course, but even then people will call you out and the police will probably get involved. And American police are somebody you don't want to get involved with, though. They're not always, it doesn't always lead to a bad situation. Just try to be, if you have to deal with American police, try to listen to what they say. If they stop you in your car, do not get out of your car unless they ask you to. Just roll down the window, let them approach you, and don't make any sudden movements or suddenly reach for something in your pocket, because then things can happen. Also, now that they've covered that, I'll try covering the place. Oh no, this is the other place. So it was Olay, I think. Yeah. Oops. Sorry. No, that's different. Is it? So that, yeah. Sorry. So. No, Ogam, not Olay. God, I'm stupid. Where is it? I forgot where I put the video. That's Olay. I did say Ogam was some. Oh, here it is. So Ogam is located in. Well, first I need to find where. I'll just go into home so I can find it. So where is Ogam located? I do not see the. Okay, sorry about that. I have to go to work leave my house in like, well, where I live in 50 minutes. I want to know where you are. So, 1 second, I'll just. So Ogam is on 10 Chapel Market, London, and I'm not sure how to read the like N1 9EZ United Kingdom. The UK's method of keeping track of that stuff is different than how Americans do. But let's see, for the menu, since it's a bar, they first focus on telling you the actual drinks that they have, which, you know, £13 for their signature cocktails, the Miracle of Han River, the Li Gangju, 38% fresh lemon juice, pineapple juice, grapefruit syrup. There's a mocktail version that is available. The Jeju Mule. Oh God, reading Korean is difficult. Hawayo, 41%. I mean, I've never learned how to read, so I may be butchering the name of this. But you know, I'm an American, so I can at least say, like, American pronunciation. Ogam made, yuza syrup, fresh lemon juice, and ginger ale. The Sweet Soul. The Hot Hawayo, 41% Ogam made muscat candy syrup. The fresh lemon juice and soda water. I think that's the one that they were talking about. The one that's made to taste like the Korean grape candy. The Danji, which is the Lee Gangju, 38% Korean rice drink. Ogam made scorched rice syrup with a pine cone. The Night Emperor. I'm going to, if I read all of the drinks, that might take too long. I'll just slowly scroll over it, because, you know, I don't have too much time since I have to get to work, and I'm sure there's other places we should see. Though rather than these artist renditions of the drink, I would have rather seen, you know, actual pictures. Because, you know, that's, I think, that's better. These are the more expensive cocktails, the slightly more expensive. They have a collaboration cocktail, which is a green garden, or a matcha garden. Which, you know, you can see it there. And this is, I guess, a alcoholic ice cream cocktail. A random cocktail, give it a swirl to see which. So I guess they have the little, you know, thing to dispense cocktails. So you'll put it in and it'll come out and stuff. Then, of course, you know, they have the traditional things. They have an old fashioned. Do they have a Long Island? I mean, well, to be fair, Long Island would, if you go here and have a Long Island, that would kind of be a shame. They make their own makgeolli, which is that drink I mentioned, which is, for me, I'm not, oh, I made a mistake. It was Cass, it was not Cloud. God, I feel dumb. They have actual Korean spirits. These are the ones that they have in the multiple drinks. Ginseng gin, ginseng gin. You'd think that they didn't make food at all, but they do. God, they have so much. But you know, at the same time, this is a bar going like, oh my God, this bar sure has a lot of alcohol. It's like, no duh, I'd hope a bar would have a lot of alcohol. So here are the foods. The chef's special, which is parboiled octopus with seasoned kale alongside our special sauce. The Friday special K-food. Well, I mean, that I can't tell what that is because, you know, I don't have a connection to them. They have their stir-fried grill, which is the kimchi pancake. They have a vegetable version and they have a seafood version. There are multiple types of Korean pancakes. Like some which only have vegetables, some which have seafood, some which, well, I don't know many that have meat, but at the same time, it's not like I'm an expert of Korean food. I just like to eat it. They have japchae, which is glass noodles, or rather sweet potato noodles, which are fried with vegetables, usually, and meat of some kind. It's definitely something you should try if you ever want to. They have Korean pork belly. They have some barbecue options. Like, I doubt they have a grill, or like a full built into the table grill. They probably have a little one that they'll put in front of you, or they may cook it in the kitchen themselves. They have the charred grilled pork belly, or pork barbecue. They have cheese bulldog, which is the fried chicken, or I guess in this case it's the pan fried chicken topped with cheese in a hot plate. They've got the various stews, like kimchi, the tteokbokki, which is, realize you might not know what tteokbokki is. It's basically a rice cake, which is rice pounded into a sort of like little cylinder shape, and then it's cooked in a spicy sauce. In this case, it's a mild spicy sauce. And in this one, it has dumplings and vegetables in it. Tteokbokki is often eaten with, like chicken and had with alcohol. And then this is a different type of tteokbokki. It looks like this is the coin-shaped version. But I don't really know much of it. All I know is, like, this kind of tradition, which is, I think, the traditional one? I don't know. My exposure to Korean cuisine has been through foreigners trying Korean cuisine. Then they have fish cake soup. They have a mussel soup. They have, deep fried options like the king prawns. They have, this is that thing they were eating. I didn't know what it was. It's the deep fried glass noodles, or the same noodles that are in the japchae. They have deep fried rice cake, or tteokbokki, or like the tok, I guess. The thing about the rice cakes is, while they're hot, tteokbokki is good. The problem is when tteokbokki, or these little rice cakes, get cool, they become hard. So if you do take some back as leftovers, be sure to reheat it. Because if you don't, it'll be like chewing into a rock. Or that's maybe the kinds I've had were made cheaply, or not fresh made. If they make them from scratch, maybe you don't come across that issue. But the ones I've had, when you've take them for leftovers and try eating them cold because you're a lazy person who doesn't want to use the microwave, it ended up being like a rock. And they have fried sweet potatoes. I guess it's sort of like a sweet potato tempura for those who aren't familiar with that. They have fried dumplings, which I'm sure I don't need to describe what a fried dumpling is. And then they have the Korean fried chicken, which, as I said, is usually double fried, and then they add like either the original, which is no sauce, the yangnyeom, which is the sweet chili, and then they have soy garlic. And then, of course, they have the banchan, or rather the side dishes, like traditional ones: kimchi, the kimchi radish, the cucumber kimchi, the sesame leaf, the seasoned seaweed, the regular seaweed, the garlic, great pickles, and then other stuff like that. And then they have challenges, it looks like. The makgeolli challenge. Enjoy unlimited makgeolli every Wednesday for 2 hours for 30 euros. That sounds like it could be nice if you have a high tolerance, but that also sounds like, well, it might be pricey. And then they have a takeaway event. Yogam brewed makgeolli, 1 bottle for 15 pounds, and then 3 bottles for 30. That's, the 30 one's a pretty good, must be a pretty good deal then. I think the bottles were pretty big, but either way, back to the wrong one. That's the other thing I was going to show you regarding like Ogan. But here's the next place, Public.
This is Josh's Something Fancy. It is it's a cute little restaurant.
Great spot for a little date. Very good cocktails.
Yeah.
Small sharing plates, which is my favourite kind of food.
So how do you pronounce it?
So if you have a date, you can go here. I wouldn't know anything about that. I haven't dated anyone for like 10 years. Yeah. No, yeah, 10 years. God, that's long.
Public
Public.
is
Been a
how
third
I
of-
say
oh,
it.
no, I'm
So
not gonna
I
say
don't
it.
know if that's how you're supposed to say it. Well,
Public.
You're right. Flipping it, mate. You going places, lad?
Perfect. Well,
British people being British.
welcome to the world famous game of shots fired. Basically, we do a shot and then I fire some quick fire questions at Josh for him to answer me without thinking, okay?
cheers, mate.
That was like a pint of mezcal.
Hello.
Snow or sand?
Snow.
Dead celebrity dinner date?
John Lennon.
Paris or Rome?
Paris.
Childhood crush?
Oh, Natalie Portman.
Yeah!
Mate.
Day or night?
Yay.
Chips or mash?
Mash. I love a bit of mash.
Favorite YouTube channel?
Oh, Topjaw.
Beyonce or Britney?
Britney.
McDonald's or Burger King?
McDonald's.
Hug or kiss?
Hello.
Hug. Oh.
That shot.
Nice to meet you,
good hug.
Ali Anna 15. How are you doing?
Oh,
Go on then.
So I really got that directly into the
Oh,
eyes.
yeah, that's good. Okay.
Might go for duck heart.
Oh,
first.
Duck Heart first. Let's do it.
I'm all right. I mean, I'm going to have to leave to work in
It's not got that. Yeah, it's not got the.
probably
pong.
around
There's no pong.
a little
Try some
over
of this seafood.
around 40, well, a
Honestly,
little less than
that's
40
like sticking
minutes.
those in like a pier.
Yeah, well,
I'm watching these things to show people because a lot of my not all. I don't have a lot of fans, but you know, people who watch me, a number of them have told me that they're from the United Kingdom, and well, personally, as somebody who grew up in a part of America where there isn't a lot of really good food, like, I've hated watching shows where it's just like, hey, do you want to get this really good food? You have to go to the other side of the country. Well, sorry about that. If you tell me, well, you don't need, you can tell me the country you are from, and then I can try and find places that are good, because, you know, do not tell me where you live, especially not on stream or anywhere, because then that could lead to problems. But, you know. Oh, Australia. Australia has a bunch of good places to eat. I mean, like, one of the problems is, like, people talk about America, like, oh, America has all these different types of food, like the barbecue, and, you know, like, great burgers, great other stuff, and it's just like, you know, that's because people talk about America as if everything is, like, uniform. No, most of the really diverse food places are New York or California. Texas barbecue is very popular, and Tex-Mex food is also very popular. But out of all that stuff, Tex-Mex is the only thing you can sort of get almost everywhere. Well, I mean, every place has, you know, things that people say about it that aren't necessarily true. But, you know, it's just the way things are. Like, America's not necessarily as bad as some people say. But, you know, like, guns, not everyone in America owns a gun, which is something that's shocking to most foreigners, for example. You know, and also these days, American food isn't as cheap as it used to be. COVID really messed up everything, so now things are more comparable in America. Plus, you also have to pay tip, which, you know, that tipping culture is not always great. And even then, just because your waiter sucked doesn't mean you don't tip well, or you don't tip, because the tip usually doesn't just go to the waiter. It goes to the whole wait staff. So if you like the food but the waiter sucked, you might still want to give a good tip because of the people in the kitchen. Most restaurants divide the tips amongst the whole staff. So, you know, that's... everywhere has their own problems. Sorry about that. But right now I'm more just showing stuff about, like, you know, the UK. Maybe next time I'll try to find stuff about Australia to, you know, make up for that. Like, we were talking about before a really nice place called, where is it? Like, Ogam in, like, London, which is a Korean bar. So it has a lot of, like, you know, Korean stuff. I don't know if you drink. Well, you see, you're not supposed to ask embarrassing questions. But no, it's fine. I have this many tabs out because, well, okay, one, I'm a mess. I'm not gonna lie. No, it's fine. But two, these are all places that I think I could possibly talk about for content. No problem. But yeah, for content, I just have a bunch of things lined up. Like, I have, in the earlier parts, I have several regional burger styles that are, you know, from different parts of America. And more specifically, they're not like crazy things. They're stuff that you should be able to get almost anywhere. So, you know, if you are interested in trying different American style burgers that don't require you to get this very specific American only thing, because I hate hearing about places and then going like, oh, I can never try this. Like, I don't think I'll ever be able to really travel out of the US unless my parents take me somewhere. I mean, when I was younger, it was easier because things were cheaper to travel and there wasn't quite as many restrictions. Oh, well, one of the problems is that people seem to think that Americans only eat, like, you know, the cheap processed foods. Well, that's becoming more true nowadays. Like, if all we ate were cheap processed foods, I think the death rate of Americans would be a lot higher, and obesity would also be much higher than it currently is. But there is some really good American food that doesn't usually get a spotlight because it's not as easy to travel. And, you know, for reaction channels, when they're reacting to food, the easiest thing to do... Oh, yeah, that's the thing. Americans are diverse. The problem is that with the increasing price of food and how the only food that's really affordable nowadays is fast foods, like McDonald's has tried in America. I don't know if it's done this in the UK or in Australia, but they have released a $5 meal deal, which is for $5 US, you get a McDouble or a McChicken, whether it's a regular one or hot and spicy one, and 4 chicken nuggets and small fries and a drink for $5. Yeah. Well, okay, let's also bring up another part. One, the American education system hasn't always been great, and it's getting worse. And on top of that, there has been an increasing number of people who have forgone higher education to pursue a dream. And the result of that is essentially a lot of people who really do need college or do need higher education going, I don't need it, and going off on their own. And the more ignorant people are of stuff, the more poor decisions and the better they think they are at something. It's the Dunning-Kruger effect. But either way, also, you know, everywhere foreign, like, journalists go, they tend to like interacting with the ignorant people. Like, hey, let's go up to these people who don't seem to know what they're talking about, and then just ask them a bunch of questions. Well, you know, as I said, they don't generally. It's true in a lot of places. And to be fair, most Americans will never travel outside of the country. Well, it's also, you know, similar to some things I hear from people from Europe, where they go, oh, I'm only going to spend a few days in America. I'm going to go from, you know, New York to California to Texas to, like, you know, Seattle. And then it's just like, are you going to spend the entire time, like, on the road? I mean, America's bigger than Australia. But, you know, yeah, people are... Geography is one of the areas in which most Americans don't do terribly well. But specifically foreign geography. If I asked you to tell me where on the map the state I was born in, Maryland, was, I doubt you'd be able to easily point it out. Or, you know, without having to look up where the hell and what the fuck is Maryland. Oh, it is? Well. As I mentioned, Americans are bad at geography. I am an American. But, you know, we are slightly bigger. It depends if you're... Well, it depends if you're counting, like, continental or, you know, just, I am an American. Which means that some of the negative things about Americans also apply to me. Yes, I know, isn't it? But, I mean, hey, just like a lot of Americans, I am an ignorant, unintelligent person. The only difference is, my voice can make me sound like I know what I'm talking about. Because, well, the London tag is because the videos I'm talking about are all places in London. Normally, I don't have a London tag. I have the London tag here because, well, you know, if I'm talking about food places in London, doesn't it make sense to list it as London? It just makes it easier for people who are looking for London-related stuff. Well, yeah, you know, Americans aren't always the most pleasant people to talk to. Yeah, well, yeah, and it's not like I live in New York or someplace fancy or someplace that's sought after. Oh, hi, you're just a random person. I was just talking to, like, Ali and Ann. Hey, you know, sleeping in is great. I'd like to sleep in. I just basically have it. Well, you know, that's basically the only thing I have. Well, you know, I've been told I have a face for radio. So, yeah. Of course, you know, cue the joke where people are like, wait, what do you mean face? For radio, you need a voice. And I'm like, yes. I'm like, oh, people are saying you're ugly. I'm like, thank you. Thank you for killing my joke. I appreciate that. All things considered, I'm actually not that unattractive. But at the same time, I don't want to go like, oh, I am a sexy, sexy man. Like, no, not the case at all. Just, I am slightly above average. But yeah. I don't know. But anyways, I just talked about some burger places earlier, and I guess, well, that's not the place I was talking about. And, okay, Public is the place that we were going to finish going to, which is the expensive, bougie-esque place. And Alian is from Australia. So, actually, Anne, have you heard of Outback Steakhouse? So, tell me if this doesn't sound like one of the most American concepts ever. Two Americans decide to make a restaurant that's Australia themed without ever going to or inquiring about Australia. Then, as we were earlier discussing about ignorant Americans, well, you see, Outback Steakhouse focuses on steak and shrimp on the Barbie, which if you hear a bunch of Americans asking you or saying that line over and over again, then I'm sorry, that's the key of the origin of all your woes is literally just Outback Steakhouse spreading Australia misinformation. I think even after they made the restaurant, they didn't actually visit Australia until many years later. Yeah, well, there's plenty of things that are... in most countries, they tend to, put out a bunch of stuff which, only a certain subset of our country uses that slang or talks in that way. But we're going to act like in all media that's the only thing you do. Yeah, I know. It's sort of like, when people go like, oh, look at all the things Americans eat. They can have all these interesting things from different countries, and they have all this interesting different types of barbecue, and they have access to great Mexican food. Well, yeah. Though actually there is technically there's a difference between shrimps and prawns. A very minor difference, but honestly, I don't think anyone cares. I just brought that up to sound like I knew something. I don't know. There are certain subjects which I know stuff about, and then there's a lot of stuff I don't. My one difference is I know surface level information about a lot of different topics. And people assume that means that I am a worldly and knowledgeable person for knowing so many different subjects. When really I'm just a bored person who has too much free time. And I can't really commit to things. But that's I prefer it being called worldly and but yeah. And then also, because of Outback Steakhouse, people think the bloomin' onion is a thing that Australia came up with, which, depending on the Australian that tries it. Oh, God. What the hell? I mean, wait, isn't Milo like a chocolate beverage? Or like a chocolate powder? I mean, to be... Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate in this. In Mexican cuisine, there is a type of thing called dark mole, which is a chocolate-based sauce. It is actually really good, but when I say a chocolate-based sauce, people are assuming I'm dumping like Nesquik or Milo, as you'd say, on top of all this stuff here. But no, you use unsweetened chocolate and a number of spices and peppers. Milo. I have to apologize for my generic American Milo. I'm sorry for my American accent. We may have that here, like Milo here, but I do not know it, and I've never used it. But have you heard of the bloomin' onion? It's a dish from Outback. It is one of the things that Americans will obnoxiously ask Australians about. Where it's like, so do you like the bloomin' onion? This is an onion that has been cut so that you see all those little exposed parts. And then it is battered and deep fried. Well, to be fair, it depends on the quality of the ingredients and how well it was cooked. If it's cooked with good ingredients and if the person properly cooks it, yeah, I know. As I said, misinformation spread by Outback Steakhouse. Most Americans, the things that they know about Australia, or quote unquote know about Australia, is literally from Outback Steakhouse misinformation, where they think that Outback Steakhouse is an authentic Aussie experience. Well, yes, but to be fair, there's also a lot of Australians who like to, make jokes about things or exaggerate stuff like the drop bears and, messing with Americans. Because I'm not going to lie, messing with ignorant Americans can be really, really fun. Don't you agree? But yeah, a blooming onion cooked well or well done is actually really good. But the problem is when it's not good, it's as disgusting as you think it is, where it's just like undercooked onion with barely sticking together in a gross sauce. But as I said, that's when it's bad. When it's good, it's really good. But like most, you could really say that about anything. Now, let's see. It's time for me to show you the... Let's see how badly, if I can make you... Well, I don't want you to leave, but I'll show you things like, oh yes, as you can see, the Aussie 3-course meal. And then, of course, also other things, just like we constantly get commercials in America like, Foster's, it's Australian for beer. When to most Australians that I've heard, they say that Foster's is garbage water. But yeah, this is the stuff that they sell, which, like linguine with steak and like shrimp. Like, clearly this is Australian. When really it's basically just American food. But, most American food will kill you. It just depends on how much you eat of it. And if I remember correctly, there are now some Outback Steakhouses outside of America. So now we're spreading the Australian misinformation around the world. But yeah. Well, kangaroo meat's supposedly healthy for you. But yeah. It's really interesting. Yeah, it's... Well, Australia also has some really good meat. Some of the meat in Australia is better than a lot of the meat that you can get in America. Because, well, Australia has well, you probably know about this, or you may not know about it. It depends on how much a food nerd you are. But in Australia, they use a guide to show the quality of meat, which, most countries do. Even America does. But for high-end meat, like Wagyu, which is, the ultra-expensive, ultra-fancy Japanese, cows that are worth hideous amounts of money, they grade the Wagyu to show what level it is. In America, they don't. So if in America you get something labeled as Wagyu, you could potentially get just regular beef that they're calling Wagyu so they can charge you more. Or you could get one of, okay, I guess I have to talk about when the very brief period of time in which Japanese cattle were allowed to be exported to the United States. Now, Japan doesn't, as you know, doesn't have a lot of land to make massive amounts of farms like America does. So rather than, producing bulk meat, they decided to produce like high quality, small amounts, which is how the Wagyu came around. For a while, they decided that they would export it. So they exported a bunch of cattle to the United States. And then after a while, they were like, hey, wait a second. It's really stupid to trade the one thing that we have over to the US to the United States. So they stopped selling it. So now selling live cattle is banned in Japan. Now, because of this, there's only a few cattle in the US that are of the genetic line that came from the Wagyu cattle. Some American Wagyu has been interbreeded with other cattle that have Wagyu DNA. And the result is you get a cow that tastes similar to Japanese Wagyu. Still not quite as good, but at least you can taste it. And in other cases, cows that did breed with them were just constantly bred with other non-Wagyu cattle. And the result is you get something that's like the pretentious white person, American white person going like, hey, did you know I'm 1/80th Cherokee native person? I think I am owed the land that was stolen from my people. Where it's just like, you're like 1/80th. Come on. But, so it's basically like they have no relation. But the term Wagyu is not protected in the United States. While I believe in Australia it is. And there's a rating system so that you know what level you are. So that you're getting and what you're paying for. In America, it's basically a roulette. A Russian roulette. You have no idea if you're just paying a ton more money for actual, honest-to-God Wagyu, or if you're paying for, just some trash. I mean, generally speaking, even if it's not real Wagyu, they use slightly better beef, but in America, it's not a crime to mislabel that type of thing. There are certain things which are crimes to mislabel. I'm sorry, are you not interested in that subject? If you aren't, please tell me. I don't want to be, I don't have a lot of time left, and I don't want to bore the tar out of you. Or man, I don't give a fuck about what he's saying. Some people do. Some people are just like, God, you have an unhealthy obsession with food. Which, no, I'm autistic. I tend to obsess over a number of different subjects. It's just that, unlike some of my other interests that, are more niche, even if people don't like food or, don't care a ton about food, if I tell you that, oh, there's this thing that tastes really good and it's near where you live, or it's not hard to recreate, even if you're not horribly interested, more people are likely to want to listen to it. Oh, did you follow me again? Or, oh, that was someone else who followed me. Sorry. Oh yeah, thanks for the follow. I really do enjoy talking to people online. It's gotta be honest. With my work, I end up being really tired afterwards. But yeah, my problem is I was unemployed for 3 years. During that time, I got really desperate for any kind of work. I mean, and also there was a bunch of other stuff going on, but I won't want to talk about that drama stuff because I only have 5 to 10 more minutes before I have to leave. But when I finally got the job I currently have, I put all in because I wanted to make sure that no one fired me. I mean, technically I got my job through a disability hire, because I am a disability hire. Though my disability is social related. My mental disability is Asperger's syndrome, which means I don't read social cues very well. So I don't realize if I'm sounding like a jerk. I don't pick up on subtlety very well, where people would sometimes go like, "Oh my God, that's so interesting." And then I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I know, it is so interesting." Sorry for yelling. Yeah. I'm sort of lucky in that I have a number of real-life friends, but the problem is that once you become an adult, it's a lot harder to find time for all your friends to meet up. Until you're retired, but I'm a long, long way away from being able to retire. But either way, I ended up overworking to the point where I got like nerve damage, and then I hurt my back, and then I hurt my neck, and then I'm on painkillers. Prescription grade painkillers, non-opioid. I can apply for opioid, but I'd rather not take the potentially highly addictive, life-destroying drug, even if it would help me with the pain. But yeah. So I've had to cut back my work a lot more than I used to. If I told you how often I work nowadays, you'd basically go, "Fuck off, you don't work that hard." Yeah, well, me too. I occasionally do like fighting games or games that, well, certainly the only cooperative game or, multiplayer game I play is a like fighting game called the Demon Slayer, or the Demon Slayer fighting game. And a person often comes in, and we do that on Sundays usually. So actually, 1 second, I'll just go in. Like the Demon Slayer game here, need to pause because there is copyrighted music in this opening trailer. The Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Hinokami Chronicles. We currently play that. Have you ever played a game called the Naruto Ninja Storm games? Okay, well, this is not exactly like Street Fighter or Soul Calibur in terms of, competitiveness. And sometimes it feels like the game is about juggling your opponent. But, it's... If you like Demon Slayer, it has a lot of the characters. However, I'm also the wrong person to talk about it. I suck at this game. I'm not really a good gamer, but I don't get angry when I get beaten. I try to avoid... I'm not going to be like the... Okay. I apologize. I'm about to sound like a douchebag. But, for the Honkai and Genshin Impact games, I don't play them because, well... And also I'm aware I'm in the minority. For two reasons mainly. One, because with gacha games, I don't want to spend all my money on gacha games. I have a sort of addictive personality, and I don't want to, ruin my life by spending what little money I do get on that. And then also because of the fact that you can install a bunch of software to get your data. But, there's that. But at the same time, I am in the vast minority. Most people I know love that game. So, me going like, oh, I'm not saying it's too good for me. It's just because I don't like the company that makes it. I'm not going to go like, oh my god, by supporting that game. I don't know, it's just... You'd be surprised, some people, at how some people react to things like that. But it's, you know, it's just like, just because you have an opinion on something, if someone doesn't support your opinion, doesn't mean you need to treat them like they're the scum of the earth or that they're terrible. It's just that everyone has their own opinions, things they like, things they don't like. Also, I guess another thing, and this is probably the most controversial thing I said, like Genshin Impact is, well, you weren't talking about Genshin Impact, you're playing Honkai Star Rail, but Genshin Impact is based on Breath of the Wild, and I wasn't a huge fan of Breath of the Wild. Which, you know, that's the thing where it's like, oh, how dare you? Oh, well, yes, of course. The character pulling thing is directly made to take advantage of human psychology. It's, yeah, you know. A lot of success... Gacha games are very good at taking advantage of the gambling instinct that people have. And it's funny, because it's gotten to the point where a lot of people don't think about how sort of crazy it is. Like, people who play gacha games will call out people who gamble. Or I've met a few of them. Correction, most of these people who bring up this complaint are American, and you know, as I mentioned, we are not there, but... Yeah. Well, I wish you luck with that, but like... It's... okay, no, the person who made the complaint was Indonesian, if I remember correctly. But they were basically like, I don't like a man who gambles. And the person they were talking to, like, don't you play those gacha games? It's like, yeah, but it's different. And it's like, so you're complaining about somebody who gambles and can earn the money they spend back, but you're saying that you gambling on a picture of pretty men is superior when you literally are just getting a picture. I mean, it's sort of a funny thing, but you know, at the same time, I used to play collectible card games. So, you know, me spending money on literal tiny pieces of colored cardboard. Yeah, well, you know, both are forms of gambling. One you can earn your money back, the other one you can't. But you know, I'm not going to be like, you need to learn to... Hey, what? Okay, then you are the one who's winning. That's what I did for most of the time, too. I also used to do really well, but the other problem is these gacha games sucked up all of my time. Yeah, I don't have much disposable income for this either. Don't get me wrong. I have a ton of video games on my library, but, you know, I have saved up money, and a lot of these games are from before I got poor. Or rather, I'm on financial aid right now. But that's because after getting the nerve damage and, you know, hurting myself, I had to reduce my hours by a lot. I don't know, you can call me fool, you could call me Adam, you can call me, I don't know, whatever. Whatever you feel more comfortable with. Because I realize some people might not want to call me a fool, or someone going like, oh, why are you calling him a fool? That seems a little harsh. Or, you know, some people are like, yeah, that suits you entirely. Well, I am. I am a massive fool. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. And a lot of them are dumb. And people seem to think, well, you sound so well put together. Constant failing all the time. And just constantly making mistakes and trying to learn from my mistakes. I've made... Like, also people say I don't seem like I'm autistic. But that's because I used to sound really autistic, but I've tried to change my behaviors and the way I talk so that I appear like I have my stuff together. If you actually meet me, you'll go like, oh my god, this guy's a slob. Well, I guess, to be fair, I don't look that bad, as I said. I'm not that overweight. Or, well... Okay, I actually have to go now. I live close to my work, so I can get there within 10 minutes, but I need to finish getting ready. Thanks, it was great talking to you, like Ali Ann 15. And also sorry I didn't get to talk to you more either, person. I hope both of you have a great day. I wish you luck with your gacha pulls. May you get all that you want. And I hope you both have a great day. I'll probably stream Mega Man Legends 2 later. Alright. Bye.